The adventure continues this week on Ford Outfitters.
I'm here right outside of Uvalde, Texas, hunting with Hunter Ross of Desert Safaris, hunting on the Ox Ranch. I'll be going after a trophy axis deer and really excited to get a big one on this humongous ranch.
We're going to be fighting some tough conditions. It's a full moon right now and we've been experiencing over 100-degree temperatures every day, but the axis are in full rut right now.
I mean, it was just one of those instinctive moments for me. I got to get him. I'm going to get this buck.
4 expert sportsmen on a mission to find North America's top hunting and fishing outfitters. The ones that create the unforgettable adventures and bring us that trophy of a lifetime.
Totally stoked.
Each week, one member of our dream team hits the road in an F-Series truck in a search of the hardest working men and women in the outdoors. This is The Outfitters. Lone Star's last frontier. The remote desert of southern Texas is parched, unforgiving country, but enough water seeps to the surface to support hardy game populations, including an expanding herd of exotic axis deer. Just one of Desert Safari's many leases, the Ox Ranch north of Uvalde, producing trophy bucks.
I began guiding for another commercial operator back in the early 90s, and then I branched off and started my own business and began Desert Safaris in 1994, so this is our 20th year in business. I started out just leasing one small ranch and just doing a handful of clients, and now we have over 14 private ranches encompassing 475,000 acres.
You know, once I landed and got in the Super Duty and started headed out this way, it wasn't long before it started getting where there wasn't much civilization, and it got to the point where, I lost complete cell phone service. There was nothing, no cars in sight. Am I in the right place? I could tell that I was basically going into another country, and it sure is. It's right there near Mexico. When I drove up, of course, Hunter Ross was standing there on the porch, smiling ear to ear, and he had the ranch manager standing with him, Tony. And
hey, Haley, how you doing?
Hey, great. How are y'all? It was great getting to meet those guys. It is beautiful out here. The whole drive-in was great.
Yeah, it's really nice and green right now. We have a lot of animals moving around, so it should be a really good hunt.
Kind of our game plan to start the hunt out is after Haley and I went to the rifle range and checked her gun sight. We kind of work these river bottoms and these open areas at the base of the mountains outside of the cedar and live oak thickets, covering as much country as we can along the river, especially with having triple-digit temperatures every day. These deer will have to go to water every evening.
Known as cheetle in their native India, axis deer were first introduced to Texas in 1932. Self-sustaining herds are now found throughout central and southern Texas, where they can be hunted year-round. The towering, symmetrical antlers make them a prized trophy, and the flesh of the axis deer is highly regarded as the finest table fare of all wild game animals.
There seems to be just miles and miles of land here. How many acres are we on?
Haley, this ranch right here is 18,000 acres.
Wow.
The ranch has a lot of diversity. We've got 3 different ecosystems converged on the ranch: the South Texas brush country, Texas hill country, and the Trans-Pecos region of West Texas with some of the bigger mountains on it as well. And lots of water. We've got 4 miles of the Nueces River runs through the ranch.
Wow.
And we've got lots and lots of axis deer.
I love the fact that, with whitetail, that's your fall, winter hunts. But this gives you a great summer option to come out here and hunt in the rut, a different kind of deer. And I love it. I love being out here in the middle of the summer. It gives you something else to do.
Haley, we're going to kind of drive this loop through the bottom of this pasture out here along the base of this mountain. And it's still a little bit early, but we're going to kind of see if we can catch some deer, at the edge of some of these thickets. And hopefully within about an hour or so, these deer ought to start coming out of these heavy oak motte thickets and cedar thickets and start thinking about going down towards the river, and then we'll kind of end up down in that area.
Okay.
Our first afternoon of the hunt, we drove around on one of our good areas on the ranch, and the game movement was pretty slow because of the high temperatures, and we just weren't seeing much.
We started going and just nothing, and we'd stop and glass and look, and we didn't see any access at all. And he was like, I don't know, where the herd that usually is in this area is, and, we'll just have to find them. And so we decided to go to a different area.
As it progressed later in the afternoon, it kind of cooled off a little bit. I got a call from Tony. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Big Valley. Remember that big white one we saw a week or so ago?
Oh, Freakzilla.
You could tell in Tony's voice that he was so excited. And for someone that lives on the ranch and sees them all the time, we knew this had to be a really big buck. So we are going after this one. We got over there, unloaded, got going, hiked up there, saw him almost immediately.
The Outfitters is brought to you by the 2015 Ford Super Duty. Day one on his sprawling Texas lease, and outfitter Hunter Ross has located the massive axis buck that has been eluding him all year.
So he's spotted, we got him, we got great daylight, we're headed over there. So I was pumped. I was like, yes, I'm about to score this really big giant on the first day. And so we get over there. Well, as soon as we got close, saw him almost immediately, but it was just a glimpse. He went straight into the bushes. We were busted already. I mean, axis just started going everywhere, and we're trying to figure out what in the world to do, and we had more bucks file out. I look and it's just like, my mind's going crazy because I'm seeing all these great bucks passing in front of me, and I'm going, why isn't he telling me to shoot or, get out and get set? These in front of me, I would have shot any of them. So I realized pretty quick that this hunt wasn't gonna be one of those where I wasn't gonna see anything, but it was gonna be one of those is if I can get to the right buck, because he's wanting an all-out giant. He's wanting the man. It was definitely gonna be a challenging hunt. After that first afternoon hunt, I did not sleep very much at all. I mean, I was so excited after seeing just huge bucks and so many animals, and got up the next morning ready to go. I was pumped.
Haley, we're gonna go up right up on top of this mountain, but we have a pretty nasty incline to get up there. It's lucky we have the locky rear differential. If not, I don't think we'd make it up this. It's probably one of the nastiest roads on the ranch.
For sure. Got out there and we saw
a big group of deer off of the edge of a big mesquite flat. Worked in on the deer, and we were just catching bits and pieces of this buck going through the brush.
And I'm like, okay, looks like a good one. And he's like, yeah, big one. And so see him and get on the sticks, get ready. Gone once again. So now I'm like, great, is he gonna come back out? And Hunter's going, he may come back out, he may wait and come back around a different way. We can either stay right here, or we can try to move forward. And so we made the decision to go down, pop back up in a different location and see what we could see.
And sure enough, he did come out and present a great shot opportunity.
He's like, get on the stakes, get on the stakes. And I'm like, okay, so I'm getting all set up, and he's like, get prone. And be like, he's, you could tell he was so excited. So I got ready and got my sight on this buck, and I'm about ready to pull the trigger. He goes, no, not big enough.
He's not as good as I thought. Now that I've got a good look at him. Really? His beams are short.
Okay. I was so close. I mean, like, if he would have waited 1 second longer, that would have been a dead deer.
Coincidentally, as we're about to get up and move locations, Haley turned and looked off to our right. That's the deer we've been looking for. The deer with the big secondary points and big oxbow frame on him, and he just gave us a slip. He just cut off with the hot doe, and we just pretty much game over. The temperature's getting hot now, and the game activity's really slowed to a lull right now. So we're gonna take a break for a little bit, hit it again this afternoon, and hopefully we can get this deal done.
After lunch, Tony stopped by and was like, hey, what are y'all doing midday, before you go on your hunt? And he was like, how about a tour? And I was like, yes. And so he was like, come on, let's load up on the Raptor and head out. And so we headed out, and he was like, all right, first stop, we're going to see a cave.
Cruising the ranch loop road in style from atop the Raptor, the anticipation builds en route. to the mysterious cave.
Oh, great. You know, I'm thinking this little hole in the wall, and it was not that at all. You have to go up a ladder and then climb a little ways, and you go inside, and it was huge. I mean, I could stand up very easily and walk through it. But once we got up there, he started describing what you do if you see certain animals, if you see mountain lion, bobcats, all kinds of things, snakes.
Oh, cool. I told you I heard something.
I stuck around the corner, and it was one of the coolest things. It was a porcupine on the side of the cave, like on the rock. And he's like, "You want to catch it?" And I thought he was kidding. I was like, and apparently he had taught himself how to catch them years ago. And so he went over there and caught it and held it. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to go near it." And he's like, "You want to hold it?" I was like, "Yeah, I do, matter of fact." It was a really big female, and she wasn't trying to get away, and it wasn't hurting her at all. And so it was really cool to be able to say, "Hey, I held a live porcupine and I didn't get hurt."
Back in the field, Hunter and Haley are feeling the heat as soaring afternoon temperatures make game scarce. Will persistency pay off in the search for the cagey buck known as Freakzilla when the Outfitters returns?
You know, the fact that I'm setting up a wilderness camp, as an outfitter, I'm confident this truck can handle what I need to put it through. I need to keep my horses safe. I need to keep any passengers in my vehicle safe. It's a great opportunity to test out the all-new 2015 Ford F-150. This is the Built Tough Field Test. I've got to hook up my horse trailer, and the dynamic hitch assist is going to help me do that. The rear view camera is going to make sure I back directly underneath that ball. Now, once I get close, what I do is I push this, and then I can see the ball. Now watch this. And the line's curved to show me exactly where I need to be.
Guide you right in.
Look, we're almost there, and bang. I'll go grab and hook everything up.
Sounds good.
And isn't this beautiful country though?
Oh, it's stunning.
And it's rough country. I mean, we really are putting the truck through its paces here. It's just nice being able to haul these horses clear back in here. I mean, we're off-road. We've got 4,000 pounds back there if you count our furry friends. And between the trailer brakes helping us get down these really steep hills and the power going up the steep hills, it's nice. All we've got to do is get them to camp. I'm ready to go hunting, buddy. How about you?
Game time.
To see what happens, log on to thefordoutfitters.com.
After lunch, Haley kind of wanted to go out and see some more country on the ranch and all the opportunities that the ranch has to offer. So Tony and I took her out, and then she got to see a lot of neat things on the ranch. Got to explore a cave and got to see some dinosaur tracks. And
Tony was like, "I got the perfect spot for our last spot of this tour. This is the lookout point." And sure enough, as far as you could see was the whole ranch. And that was a really cool thing to do. I mean, you don't get that all the time when you go on hunts. And so I enjoyed that. I love the tour, and I love being able to have some time with Tony. And you know, looking at this, I feel like we've been hunting over here.
Right, you're right. You're exactly right.
God, we've gotten so close. We keep getting in, and then all of a sudden that big one just he sneaks right into the tree line. And
I think tonight's going to be your night.
Oh,
The weather's changing, and I think they'll be moving well. I think you're going to do good tonight.
for the evening hunt, the first location we went to was a great area where the deer come down to water and they have to pass through a big clear-cut area, mesquite flat.
We decided, let's go back to the spot where we saw the giant. We just kept on wanting to go back and see the one that they've been trying to get for so long. So we went back in the area. Well, as soon as we pulled up, I was like, there's deer already out there. And so it's like, well, let's get down on this river bottom and we can just pop up on the edge and glass and see if maybe he's in there.
We popped up out of the riverbank to glass it, and sure enough, there was a big buck just exiting, going into the heavy cover, and he was only like 150, 175 yards away, and it was another exceptionally good deer, but we were just one step behind him. You can kind of see back under those trees in there, and I don't see him. And if you don't want to mess with this deer, we'll go find another one. But if it's a big buck, I say we get back up on that point.
Hunter and I decided, it's getting later in the afternoon. Our best bet now is to take the Super Duty, go around, try to get on the riverbed, and come up in front of that buck. And hopefully, as he's moving and pushing that doe, we might have a shot, so we'll see.
Using the Super Duty and a watery shortcut, Hunter and Haley make a bold move to get in front of the wandering buck.
Well, we located this big buck following some does down into this clearing, and we saw him at probably 700-800 yards, an exceptionally good deer. There just wasn't enough cover to approach him from where we saw him, so we had to go back, take the vehicle back around and walk down a ridge line. I think they're right down at the river. The big buck was up here, but all those deer were gravitating down towards the river. That's not him. That's a good one. Yeah, that other buck's bigger. And we kind of hot-footed it through the brush because we're, getting in low light conditions, and got over there and we located the does that were with the buck. But actually, I think that buck had come in, checked those does, and left, and then another buck happened to be right in the area, and we saw a mediocre middle-of-the-road deer, but it was not the deer that I'd seen at 700-800 yards. So we pulled off that deer, and I don't know what happened. He just kind of did a Houdini with us.
Do we stand here and wait it out, or do we go load back up? I mean, it's getting dark. We are losing light, and we keep having these opportunities that we get so close, and it just doesn't happen.
Oh, there's a big axis. See? He's behind that tree.
Hold this right here. You know what we might can do? Let me go get the truck, and I think we can drive up. There's a road up here, and we can get on the backside of this ridge.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know that there's enough time to get another hunt in. I mean, by the time we load up in the Super Duty and get to the area that he's looking at, I don't know if it's going to be too dark for me to be able to see through my scope. So I'm willing to give it a shot if we can, but who knows?
He's huge.
Enter for your chance to win the official ride of the Outfitters, the all-new 2015 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost, or win one of 4 perfect weekend adventures designed by the Outfitters hosts.
Well, that was close.
We've had too many close encounters. These deer have these big bucks have been one step ahead of us.
It's so frustrating.
Back in the Super Duty, Hunter and Haley are in a race against fading shooting light. Despite the pressure and the ticking clock, the outfitter remains confident and unwilling to settle for just any buck.
What we're going to do is there's a location where a lot of the deer come down to the river. Water's fairly low in one place, where they're crossing the river. We've got 20 minutes left. Let's drive down there and try to glass along that river bank and see if we can locate something.
I mean, we're driving to this other spot, and we start to come up, and
he's just pencil horn. God, we've seen 8 bucks, 10 bucks better than those. I mean, we can shoot one of those any morning, any evening hunt. We can get something like that. I just know what's here. If it was on a lot of other ranches, you'd shoot a deer like that, but I have too much confidence in this place.
I think we were both feeling that same thing of just kind of defeat. I mean, we had worked so hard, and he had done his job, and I had done mine. We had all put it together so many times of coming so close. And he goes and he pulls up and he's like,
just wait right here. I'm gonna walk right up to the bank and glass just right along the river bottom right here. If I see something, I'll call you. I'm just gonna grab the shooting.
You know, you could just tell that feeling of both of us just going, it's almost dark, and where is this big boy? Why didn't you give us a shot? And he turns to the right, and all of a sudden he's like, and he's waving and making faces, and so I'm like, finally, yes, I gotta get my stuff quick because I know how much we've lost.
The one standing in the road.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
The big buck, there's 6 or 8 deer, but the deer in the back.
Okay.
That one buck following the does in the back. Hurry, get on him. The one standing there looking at us in the road.
I know.
Are you on him?
I'm on him.
Take him, Haley, if you got a shot. Haley's hunt was a true testament to, persistence pays off. Good shot.
Yes.
Good shot. Good shot.
Sure enough, as soon as he gave me the go-ahead, boom, down. It was such a great feeling to be able to accomplish that and do it so fast. I mean, it was just one of those instinctive moments, for me that I'm just like, I gotta get him. I'm gonna get this buck. And getting over there, getting the crosshairs on him immediately and pulling the trigger as soon as he said I was good. Goodness. He is beautiful. He's huge.
That's a great deer.
Wow.
Heavy, mature buck.
Goodness, he is beautiful. Look how long these main beams are.
See how they're bladed out right here? That's a sign of maturity on him. He's got good brow tine, good second point.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
That was such a fun hunt. We worked really hard for this animal. It happened so fast.
Just enough light to shoot. I think if we'd have waited another 5-10 seconds, it would have been game over. We'd have lost him. I mean, we hadn't had a shot. I was impressed with that little 7mm 08. You made a great shot.
Thank you.
I mean, you dropped him in his tracks. But
right here at dark, I think we need to probably head on up there and
yeah,
grab the
I'm
truck.
gonna run up and grab the truck up on the hill and get him down. Let's go get him taken care of and get him in the walk-in cooler.
You know, it's very special as a hunter and as a client when you go into an operation that you feel like you're hunting with a partner. That's somebody that, you know, you click with and you jive with, and you're able to go out and hunt hard and feed off of each other. And hunting with Hunter was a lot like that. Of course, he knows his property, knows the land, he knows the animals.
Yeah, I was real impressed with Haley. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty and jump right in there and help you. She's helping me load the deer in the truck and, you know, wrestling him around in there and helping us hang it and getting the deer taken care of, putting him in the cold storage facility. And so she's a true outdoors woman, and I think she enjoyed it as well as I did.
I was so proud to have that buck and have worked so hard for Hunter and I both. I mean, it wasn't just my trophy, it was both of ours. We had put in those hours and put in the miles on our feet. We were just very proud to both have accomplished this and gotten such a great trophy out of it.
Next week on The Outfitters, Fred Eichler takes the F-150 to the Deep South on a quest for hogs.